Hello, everybody. You have tuned into the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I'm your host, Sergeant Rich Myers with the Indianapolis District 52 Public Information Office. We thank you for joining us today for the Roadshow. We thank Tom Trial for putting us on the air with the YouTube again, standing behind the cameras and giving us a good show to put on. I've got a guest that's... have you ever been here before, Pat?
No, it's the first time.
First time. Good.
Never
Good.
invited me.
Good friend of mine, a long-time acquaintance, long-time friend. We've worked the road together and kind of grown up as state police buddies. Trooper Patrick Etter, thank you for being here.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Him and his brother are both troopers for the state police, Willie Etter, but we try not to talk about him too much, do we?
No, not really.
And Patrick has a good friend with him today, and we're going to be talking about the Trooper Bartram Memorial Ride. It's going to be coming up July 11th, so we want to get the word out on that and what's happening with that. But who's your guest you got with you today, Patrick?
My guest is also a longtime friend, Jerry Griffith. She is I've told her she's our official Bartram Memorial Foundation chaplain. So she comes to all our events and helps out and volunteers, gives a lot of her time to our foundation and helps us with our programs. So she came in here today to talk, to help me talk about this ride and her participation in it, what it means to her.
Well, good. Well, welcome, Jerry. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And we were talking a little bit before the show. We're kind of closer than we thought, weren't we?
Absolutely.
We got some relation, or got some people down there that we know together. So it's good to have you here, and it's good to meet you. And tell me a little bit about your background. Where are you a chaplain at?
I'm a chaplain with the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department.
Okay.
And I also serve with the Indiana Crisis Assistance Response Team when we go into schools when bad things happen and support the students and faculty and the parents.
And we were talking not only that, but if something would happen within the Department of Death or untimely sickness or something like that, you guys are there to step up to the plate on that, aren't you?
Absolutely. I'm a road chaplain, so I many times will accompany an officer when we have to deliver bad news.
Yeah, and I know that's a big load off the officer. That's a very, very bad thing to do. And to have the support of the chaplain's office within the state police and within the sheriff's department to go with us is very well welcomed when we do that type of stuff.
And it's a privilege to serve with them.
Well, thank you for what you do. We appreciate it very much. And we appreciate you being here today. So let's talk something, what's coming up, the Trooper Bartram Memorial Ride. Pat, which one is this? How long has this been going on?
This has been going on since, I believe, 99, since Trooper Bartram was killed in the line of duty in 1998. His family, his sisters mainly, wanted to honor him and carry on a tradition of something that he participated in, which was the Shop with a Cop.
Right.
That was done through the various organizations like the FOP, things like that. So they established or went through the Indiana Troopers Association, and they called it the Bartram Christmas for Kids.
Okay.
And it was throughout the whole state in every district. And Kim Bartram and her sisters raised money and put it towards that. And every year there would be a handful of kids from each district that the troopers would take Christmas shopping for clothing and essential needs that their families couldn't afford at the time.
Right, yeah. And I know Pat, when we worked the road together with Pat, he was very big into that, very much into that, and was very active in that. And this has been a great carry-on through what they're doing. Have you expanded? Where are we going to be at this year? What's going on?
Well, we have expanded this organization to where 3 years ago, Kim decided she wanted to form her own foundation. We went through other organizations. So now we established the Trooper Bartram Memorial Foundation, which is a 501c3 charity organization. And so we run on our own now. And so every year we have one major fundraiser, and that's the Trooper Bartram Memorial Ride. And this year it's being held July the 11th. And it will be every year the next Saturday after the 4th of July weekend. So whatever that Saturday falls on is when it will, when the ride will take place. This year it's at Southside Harley-Davidson down at Southport, right near Southport Road and Emerson Avenue. Okay. And registration begins at 10 o'clock. It goes to right about 11:45, and then the ride will pull out at 12 noon. We're going to have a host of different troopers there with some equipment. We'll have representatives from SWAT, SCUBA, EOD, our K-9 program, probably one of our Mustangs and our pickup trucks.
It's going to be pretty well represented by the state police, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has been the year in the past. This year, no rain.
No rain this year. We've been rained out 2 or 3 years in a row. So
It's been bad, but this year I've looked at the weather. They're talking like Saturday is going to be the one day at least, so we're going to be looking good.
I've seen the extended forecast out, and it's looking like it's going to start drying up for us.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
But
we're
hopefully we're praying for no rain, nice weather, and a lot of participation, because that's the people that come out and participate. That's where most of our money's raised from, is from the registration fees and things like that.
Now, how much is it for this ride?
It's $40 for a double rider, $25 for a single rider, and then police, military, fire receive a discount of $5 on each end of that. And then if you pre-register online, it's also $5 off of whichever one. And we'll do pre-registration all the way up till probably Friday night, midnight, before the ride Saturday, if you want to register online. And all that information is on our website at bartrammemorial.com. And it talks about the ride.
Okay.
It shows some videos from past rides, talks about our organization. And there's also some information on some of the prizes we're giving away at the end of the ride, things like that.
Well, I know this is going to be an escorted ride too, right?
Yes, our state police motorcycles will escort the ride the entire distance. It's about 62 miles.
Okay.
It leaves Southport Harley-Davidson of Indianapolis, Southside Harley-Davidson of Indianapolis on Southport Road, goes down to Main Road, and then it comes back on State Road 144 and goes by the site where Trooper Bartram lost his life in '98.
Okay.
And last year we had Trooper Dustin Starnes was at that location to salute all the riders when they came by, and there's a little banner there. And so that meant a little more something to us too, because Trooper Starnes had lost his father in the line of duty, who was a Morgan County Sheriff's deputy.
Yeah.
So we invite all of the survivors, law enforcement survivors of, the families of officers that have been killed in the line of duty to this event. A lot of them show up. Mr. Baker showed up, Mr. Laird showed up last year, and it was an honor having them there. And so it's kind of a big family that supports each other, and then the community can come in and visit with the troopers and actually talk to like Mr. Laird or Mr. Baker and things like that. And it's just a big family event, and it helps the Bartram family tremendously,
Right, to have the people
to
show
have
up.
something like this going on and have those people show up too.
And this is just not for military or police. This is for any participant that wants to show up, correct?
Anybody that wants to come, you don't even have to have a motorcycle.
Right.
There's actually going to be a Mustang Club come up this year. We're going to put on a little car show, have a little bike show there. If you want to register for the motorcycle show or the car show, I believe we're going to charge a $5 or $10 entry fee, just a little donation. We'll have a plaque to the best bike and best car to give as an award. And then those cars will be able to participate in the ride too, if they would like to, and get on the end of it behind the motorcycles.
Great. Well, again, you're listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Lions Cops for Kids. I'm your host, Sergeant Rich Myers. We're talking with Pat Eder from the Indiana State Police and Jerry Griffin, the chaplain for the Hamilton County Sheriff's Department. And they're involved with the Trooper Bartram Memorial Ride, the Christmas for Kids that they will be participating in the ride this July 11th. Jerry, how did you get involved with this? Where did you come in?
Well, knowing Patrick, his passion for this project is something he talks about all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty easy to jump in there and say, yeah, pick me, pick me.
Now, have you got a motorcycle?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I've not got her to ride on mine either, if I recall. She's looked at it a few times and then shied away.
Well, tell me a little bit. You're very involved, though, with the afterthought, with where the money comes in, where it goes, and the Christmas time. You're there for the shopping, right?
Absolutely. And it's a life-changing event to go down there and to see the difference that it makes in these, not just the children's lives, but their parents, and then to see a big burly officer putting a little tiny size 2 shoe on a little sweet girl.
Yeah.
It touches your heart, and it puts a different face on law enforcement than one sometimes that media puts out there.
Well, the interaction between us and the public, and not such a stressful situation.
Absolutely.
I tell people whenever we do something as easy as stopping to help somebody change a tire, they're under stress. they're broke down and they're needing help, and it's a stressful situation for them. So anytime we can interact when they're not under a stressful situation and be their friend in need and friend indeed there, it works out great, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And, there's a high price that people pay for poverty, and it never comes home any more than it does at Christmas. And what it does for those parents, to feel the community come up kindly and compassionately next to them and help, not just with toys for their children, with basic needs like clean socks, a new coat, those things that they're not able to give to their precious children, it makes a huge difference to the parents also.
Well, Patrick, how many you got any numbers on last year?
I think last year the official count was 109 children.
Okay.
We spent roughly $12,000 last year at the Walmart in Southport, or Canby.
Okay.
Now, last year we partnered with Darren Fishburne's organization, Helping Hands for Freedom.
Correct.
And this year we're going to do that again, and I believe we're going to have 2 this year. We're going to try to they want to take 300 kids shopping.
So we need a lot of help.
Sure
we need a lot of people
to stress, but that's where she comes in.
Well, she's pretty tight with that guy
help me out with
upstairs, so maybe we can
but
get help.
We may do 2 this year, one through Helping Hands for Freedom, and then another at the Meyer location in Greenwood with the Indiana State Police Alliance.
Okay.
Meyer has stepped up and said they would match us dollar for dollar up to a certain amount of money. So we're going to try to have 2, and a lot of that will depend on July the 11th and how much money we can raise on July the 11th, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the goal, is to triple or nearly triple. I said double, but they want to triple it. So
well,
see
they're going
how
to be
that
able
goes.
to do it, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit more about the day. We've got you got breakfast planned. You're going to have lunch. You're going to have dinner. You're going to have bands.
Part of your registration is and participation in the ride is there's going to be a free breakfast.
Okay.
And some snacks there at the ride. Of course, there's going to be the troopers there on display with the vehicles and things like that, the car show and motorcycle show. See what's at the Harley store, and we should have the old State Police Indian motorcycle out there to take a look at, and maybe an old car. Once the ride leaves, it will make one stop in Martinsville at the Walmart for a quick bathroom break and water and some snacks there. And then from there, it'll go to the American Legion in Edinburgh.
Okay.
Once we arrive at the American Legion, there will be, and not quite a band, but a one-man show. And if Sergeant Kirby Staley will be our musical guest this year.
From State Police?
He is a state trooper, yes. If you've never heard Kirby sing, get on his website, or he's got a YouTube and Facebook, KirbyStaley.com, I believe. But Kirby's a gospel country singer, and he's tremendously talented.
I don't know why he's a police officer.
His hobby job, I guess.
He does a great job. He does a wonderful job.
And so Kirby is playing for us this year, and I think that'll be great. And then once we arrive there, we'll have dinner again as part of your registration. And you can even come without riding in the ride. If you just want to show up for the after ride, what we call the after ride gala, and a small donation of $10 can get you a free meal, listen to the music, and then we will have a live auction and silent auction with a ton of items that we've had donated, from signed footballs from the Colts, signed basketball from the Pacers, Colts tickets, Pacer tickets, overnight stays in several of our hotels downtown, tons of gift cards from restaurants around the central Indiana location. We were talking about Sparkling Image Car Wash gave us, I believe, 200 free car washes to hand out.
Troopers need those.
Troopers need those for our police cars. I need a police car, actually.
Well, we're running out of time here, but I want to thank Patrick and I want to thank Jerry for coming in. I appreciate you guys. We need to pump this up, get the word out about the ride this July 11th again. Registration begins at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Visit our website, bartrammemorial.com. You can make a donation, get more information.
There you go. Making sure you're there. Again, we've been listening to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance. Cops for Kids are going to be part of this Bartram ride. They're going to be sponsoring one of the Christmas for Kids when they do that part. So make sure that you tune in and get to that website and make sure you look at that so you can see what's going on. Be there for the ride July 11th, Southside Harley. Thank you for listening to the Roadshow. We'll catch you again next week. Roadshow out.